Morning everyone, and welcome to Anne Furbank in Buckton. So this morning we're doing a little bit of staff training. Morning girls.
Morning.
I do have people in attendance despite our Christmas party last night. They may be a little quieter than usual till they wake up with their coffee. All good girls?
Yes.
All good. So I thought you might like to join in at home and see the latest collection from Marc Cain, Marc Cain collection, theme B, which is absolutely beautiful. Come girls and join me, we'll make a brief scene. It's beautiful. It's a very big, in-depth collection. They did actually drop a collection quantity-wise for the season. Shove off. Shove off and make your turn. Which they dropped one collection, but did this one particularly in depth, and we bought in depth. It is to die for. It is, well, you'll see it all in a minute. I'll show you every piece. There's one piece outstanding, two pieces outstanding. So the bulk of it is here. We put it out last weekend, as you know. We had a busy Christmas drinks invite on Saturday, and a lot of attention on this. A lot of pieces were sold, and we have subsequently actually reordered and topped up where we could. So this is called Noble Neutrals. The colour palette is a really soft, sagey green. I'm dressed in it as well, couldn't be left out, so all behind me. So these colours are just colours, but they actually suit an awful lot of people. So as I've said many times, this won't replicate truly on your smartphone or your iPad or whatever you're watching it on. You need to come in and appreciate the subtlety of shade and the nuances between the colours. They're so exclusive, they are sophisticated, they are elegant, they are beautifully done. The workmanship on these pieces and design is second to none. So to get the full appreciation of it, I would suggest you get in here ASAP before we sell it all, especially after these posts go out and people see everything in depth. So it's this deep sort of powdery sage, really subtle colour. People who say they don't like green, well, what's not to like? It is essentially sage green, but it's not green per se. So again, it's a very expensive, very luxy, very sophisticated and elegant looking colour, and that follows through in the pieces. It's quite dressy, but again, because there are so many pieces, you can get different configurations and different emphasis for different things that you might be doing, going out for lunch, going to work around this time of year, or going on holiday, whatever. It will cover all of that. There's this really soft, nice pearl colour as well coming through, and then the winter white, the creams, and it's all highlighted with lurex and glisten and little sequins throughout a lot of the knitwear. So they tend to do that with first collections, which are designed to go out straight away for you to sell straight away, for people to wear straight away. So this would be a really nice Christmas outfit with all this glitzy, and it's really cozy. Sophie's got it on as well. You'll see Sophie wearing it slightly differently to me. So let's kick off then straight away with Helen. So Helen, I have put in this really nice, it's like a scuba jersey fabric. It's crepe, it's quite lightweight in the colour. And
it's
of
like
course,
a travel fabric, is it?
yeah, almost.
Sort of, yeah.
And yeah, it's just a polyester and little bit of elastin, fully washable. When you get a different fabric in the same colour, it will look slightly different. That's obvious. You know, if it's not exactly the same fabric, it's not going to look exactly the same, but it's all tonal. So one piece will work with another. So her little jacket would work. I'd quite happily put it with my trousers here, which are completely different fabric and maybe look slightly deeper, simply because they're not the same as that. But with Helen, I've shown you the suit as it comes. You can buy it as a suit, you don't have to wear it or sell it as a suit. So her trousers are exactly the same fabric, this crepey, lightweight fabric. So the little blouson jacket is really casual. Just turn around and let the girls see the back panel. So it's all elasticated here. So you get a lovely, nice shape. And I would say, have I put you in the 8?
I was going to say, what size are
You
you
in the 8? I think you are. I'm going to put you in an 8.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's not skimpy, but keep your size, because that's the look you want to create with that nice drape at the back and the length, and you obviously will put something underneath. So I would say, to get your shape, try your size on initially, or if you have a customer, put their size on initially and see how it is. If they want to go slightly looser and a bit more drape, it depends on height as well, then work with them accordingly. So that little jacket is just a polyester and elastane, as I say, fully washable, 279. Matching fabric on the trousers. I'll talk through those in a minute. And again, just a little gather in the cuff here. So it's and you've got
a casual suit, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's really ideal fabric for travelling. That little jacket you could take out as an item piece and put even with a pair of cream jeans and a cream t-shirt and just wear it as a little summer jacket. This is moving forward into spring summer, don't forget. So that's the little jacket, if you want to whip that off, and we'll let them see what you've got underneath. So the print that's going through the whole collection is this beautiful leaf print in these lovely colours. You've got this goldy colour here, the sagey green and the pearl. She has got the scarf as well. That's 100% silk, the scarf, £175. And actually when you see all the fabric, if you just hold it up and let the girls see how big it is, they're really good value, they're always fully washable. So even to have that as an item piece and put it with winter white or cream or greys, you've got all sorts of colours going in there. It's a really nice, that would make a lovely Christmas present, for example, for someone.
Gorgeous.
And then matching shirt. So again, she's got all the detail on the little buttons here, covered plackets. So just the one at the top is a little square enamel, which all of mine are. I'll show you that in a minute on my shirt. But just that detail, because that's the one you see. Everything else has got the covered plackets, so they're plainer. There's that little bit of stretch in it and give in it as well. That is 92% silk and 8% elastane. Yeah. So you can turn the cuff back if your arms are short. You can turn the cuff back like that. Wear it however you want, depending on your arm length and so on. That is silk, a washable silk, 92, 8% elastane. So you can probably feel the give in that.
You can, yeah.
And that's 359. And the trouser is, you've been keeping up with all the shapes of the Marc Cain trousers, girls. They've started naming them, and then you see that repeat from one season to the next. This is Washington. So this is an elasticated, I'll let you do that in case I reveal too much of your Christmas pudding. So just pull on and then straight at the front, turn around at the back, and then all elasticated around the back, 2 little pockets there. So really nice, neat fit into the waist. Really easy to wear, very long in the leg actually, because we're not short here, are we, Helen? A bit shorter than me, but she's not short really, but they seem to be quite long, which is great. We can always work with length, we can shorten that if necessary. It's nice to have it. And then just a little slit pocket at the front. So those are really versatile, really easy. We'll go with any of the tops, but I've put it sort of as a little easy casual trouser suit. And those are 189. Polyester and elastane, 3% elastane, fully washable. Right, let me find Sophie. Sophie, outfit number 1.
Yeah.
Twinnies, with 30 years between us hardly. So, start off with the little cardigan, first of all. This is sort of a jacquard print. You've got all the colours in here. You've got all the lurexy thread through there, and then tiny little sequins sewn on it. The detail is exquisite. Little enamel buttons, and it's really quite warm. I'm going to have to take this off in a minute.
Warm. It is.
There's a heater blowing on me as well. So that's a really pretty card, as I say, which could be a Christmas card. You could wear that straight away and put it with absolutely anything. That is £419. It is virgin wool, 8% cashmere. There's a metal fibre in it as well. It is hand wash, but it's beautiful. It's really pretty,
It's really
and
soft.
and actually, just turn around to the back. That's almost like little Christmas trees.
Yes.
I think it's exquisite. Really pretty, and you can wear it on its own like that, or you can wear it over the shirt the way I have done. It's a cardigan. So yes, expensive, but she's worth it.
Worth it.
And then on the bottom we've got these pearl colour in the satin trouser. Again, we've had this Washington shape before, and they are a triacetate and polyester, 229, fully washable. And at that colour, they'd need to be fully washable,
They
you
would,
probably say.
yes.
And they have a slightly sort of blistered look in the fabric, so don't be pressing the life out of those. I would suggest you just hang them up on a trouser hanger and leave them. And the little lurexy pull to tie on the waist, elasticated on the back.
Yeah.
So
And
very
that's
easy.
There's a lot of the satin, because we just bought for next autumn.
Yes.
Is still that.
Yes, this satin is here to stay, so get your head around it, get used to it, and don't think because it's satin and a sheen and a dressy trouser you can only wear it in the evening. Some people will come in and say to me, oh, but when would I wear that? Can I only wear that in the evening? Absolutely not. You can wear that in the daytime. It's just the way we're moving.
Yeah.
Sophie, what size are you in?
10.
10.
We went up to a 10, yeah.
Lovely. Beautiful.
Again, you know, girls, the sizing on Marc Cain is 1 to 6, which is 8 to 18, but the difference between a 1 and a 2 or a 2 and a 3 is minimal, and not as big a jump as between a 10 and a 12 in stock size. So I always say to people, that's why you need to come in as well, because you need to try things on and see. So what, for instance, these are a 3. Well, I am a 2, classically now a 2 in most things. Because of the shape of them, I've had to go to the 3, and I'll talk through the shape of these in more detail when we come to those. So it depends on the shape, it depends on the trouser, and it depends on how tight you're happy to wear things, or if you want a bit more of a relaxed look. Certainly as we get older, we need a bit more of a relaxed look, and we don't want to see blemishes and dimples and bumps and lumps and everything. So that's really why people need to come and try on, because this, I'm always a size 3 in Marc Cain, I'm always a size 4 in Marc Cain. It doesn't apply anymore, I'm afraid. Thanks, Sophie. Right, Helen, where are we up to with you? Number 2. So Helen is wearing the silky blouse that I'm wearing in the pearl. So I've got the sage, she's got the pearl. So it's a beautiful colour. It's a really rich, it's not a cream, it's a sort of oyster colour. It's a really subtle, sophisticated, expensive looking shading. Exactly the same shirt as mine. And over that we've put the little tank. These tank tops have been all in for the last couple of seasons. This is a really nice shape, the way the V is fashioned here. Just turn around the back and sort of little over the shoulder line there. So it's really warm, it keeps you warm, but it adds the colour and pulls the two together as well. So the little shirt is 219. It's just a poly viscose, fully washable. And the little knitted tank is 239. That's a mix of virgin wool and cashmere. It feels really soft. It's a really pretty colour. And then on the bottom we have a silk print trouser. I think it's a pull-on, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
So this is called Vedi, W-E-D-I, Vedi. 92% silk, 8% elastane. This is a hand wash only. So that is the print that we saw the shirt in. So you could put the shirt with that and make an outfit if you want and go mad, but I've just split it up and kept it like that. So I'm going to draw a close now, because that is the end of part 1 really. I've talked in a lot of detail because the detail is there and I've had to explain it. But we'll draw a close to there and restart. So join in for the next session. Thank you. Welcome back everyone to part 2 of our staff training. Girls, are you still alive? Still awake? Still concentrating?
Yes.
Part 2 of staff training for the latest Marc Cain collection, which is theme B, Noble Neutrals. Very eclectic mix, huge volume, huge depth of items, which I'm talking through as fast as I can. So with no further ado, let's carry on with Sophie in her next outfit. So this suiting
Blazer is
was
gorgeous.
fabulous. There is a trouser to match actually. We didn't buy the trouser because, you know, you can't buy everything, but you can get it, obviously, if you want it, you can source it. There is a matching trouser. So it's like a herringbone almost, with all the colours, the pearl, the cream, the sage, and lurex throughout. It's a long line, single-breasted blazer.
Shape
Just
is
fasten it, would you, Sophie, just so the girls here and at home can see the shape. So just look at the shape on that, little flat pockets. Just turn around. You see, and just a single vent at the back. So the length covers her bottom, and the shape of it is just beautiful, really stretchy. And that you can put over, obviously, the plain green forward-on trouser or the pearl. So I hope she's kept on her satin Washington.
It's nice to get a real shape and a long line jacket that you don't feel swamped in it. It's beautifully
because there's a lot of this
cut,
boxy look, which is slightly oversized and cropped and short. This is a completely reverse. And if you just go in closer to the camera, let everyone at home see the detail on the buttons. So they've got these little square enamel buttons, which are lovely. Is that on your cuff as well?
No, there's no
Nothing on the
buttons
cuff.
on the
Oh, so the arm is really long, but obviously it's just straight, so that's very easy for shortening girls, if you get ladies who need shortening, then that's easily done. Just very quickly to show you the little buttons as well on this shirt. They're all little square buttons with the colour on. So obviously Helen had the pearl one on with the pearl buttons, and I've got the green with the green buttons. So just whip the jacket off, Sophie. Oh, first of all, you want a price on that. Blazer, fully washable, is $449. Underneath we have this little sequin jumper. These are all tiny little sequins, like tiny, all the way over the jumper that are sewn on with a little stitch. It's just beautiful. This is in the pearl. We've also just taken delivery in the sage. Nice, so the sage, the darker colour, and the green is in as well. But I just kept it all nice and cream under the blazer.
Is that hand wash?
The little jumper is hand wash.
Okay.
Oh no, sorry, that was talking about the cardigan.
They usually put hand wash in there.
It's hand wash. It is hand wash, yeah. There's very little of Marc Cain, apart from a wool coat, for example, that would be dry cleanable. Everything is washable, but with care. That's the other colourway which came. I'd had a couple of sizes randomly, but the full run of sizes came yesterday. So, really pretty. Little jumper, $219. It's wool and polyester, 98% wool, 2% polyester. Right, Helen. So, outfit 3. So Helen is actually in the same trousers as me. We'll talk through those in a minute, but first of all, this beautiful jacket. So we were talking about long line blazers. This is the reverse. This is your short boxy jacket. Would you just fasten it for me and then turn around so the girls can see the shape? So it is a wool, and you know, it looks the quality, dare I say, of the Louisa Trano double face wool. It looks just like that. It's not double face, but it is a wool jacket. And the dropped shoulder, you see all the shaping there. So as I say, if you go to your size and start with your size, if you want to go down, have it a bit smaller, fine. But I think initially when you're dressing people, start with their size to get the look, and then judge according to how they want to wear it, whether you go down or whatever. That is dry clean only. That is $449. The Ford on, just let's see the little top underneath quickly. Underneath we have a little Lurex polo, which has just got a sleeve to the elbow, and that is $139. That is 17% metallized fibre. Do you feel any itch with that at all?
No, it's really soft actually.
It's just a polyester, polyamide and elastane, so it's a really nice piece to go under the jacket, to go under the coat, which you'll see later, go under any of the under this cardi for that matter, for layers. Now the trouser, interestingly, this is one of their classic standard trouser which we've just bought again, this shape, for next autumn winter. This is Ford on, so not Gordon, Ford on, and that's what I'm wearing as well. I would say to you, for me, they're not my shape in as much as they're quite generous on the waist, feminine fit on the waist, they're quite tight on the thigh. I am the complete reverse of that, but a lot of ladies are slimmer on the thigh, and as they get older they tend to lose that and lose their bottom, but they get a tummy, so they'll be perfect if that's how they want. I've had to go to the 12 in these, but they are the most comfortable, stretchy trousers. If you turn sideways, there's like a double stitching and a double panel down there, and you get the real richness, I think, of the colour coming through in those. Just turn around and see how neat they are. Well, she's got a lovely little bottom anyway, but look at that. It's beautiful. So I kept the whole thing in sage for that because I thought it looked really classy, but obviously I've got the same trouser with the shirt and the cardi, so you can see you can interchange and link sell so many different pieces that will give your customers so many different options.
And the stretch, you said,
yeah.
And I was going to say, with the length of the trousers, that you've got boots with them now, but as you said, going through to spring, summer, you might want to put flats on or trainers or something.
Yeah,
with that
absolutely.
length,
with that length, you can put whatever you want on your feet.
Yeah.
You know, or a brogue, a nice brogue.
Exactly.
And actually, your boots are sitting
really
comfortably
nicely
under there as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
So I would say they're a bit fuller fit than Sydney. Sydney, the shape of Sydney is quite straight, but they're slightly fuller than that because Sydney's quite skinny. Polyviscous, 7% elastin, fully washable.
Nice.
Right, Sophie, let me keep up with you. Where have you got to? Outfit 3. So you've seen the silk print in the blouse and in the trouser. This is now the skirt. And if you remember this current season, we had a black satin skirt with a slit up the side, zip up, same shape, but obviously in the print looks completely different. So it is 92% silk, 8% elastane, hand wash, that, $279. On the top, this is all over sequins, so all the little sequins that were stitched onto the other little fine knit sweater are everywhere. So when you come out in this and the light catches you, it's just ablaze and it's all around. We must have sold 3 or 4 of these since I put it out this time last week. I've tried to top up the sizes. It is beautiful, and obviously with the trousers it would go really nicely. You could just feature it with a pair of black trousers over Christmas. It is a winner. This is one of the pieces that just flies the minute it comes in. That is a mixture of, there's 12% wool, 4% alpaca actually in that, and you don't feel any scratchiness.
No,
You've
so
nothing on
soft.
underneath.
No, I don't.
And that is £4.09 hand wash.
Like you said before, with that sort of thing, you can put it with white,
Yes,
crops in the summer,
yes,
so
yes.
going through,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it really,
absolutely.
yeah,
It's
got
an
lovely
all-round,
twinkle.
an all-year-round
Yeah.
setting. Okay, here's a really stunning piece now with Helen. Let me flip back. I've made these notes really difficult to read. So this is the print in a metallic. And obviously the sage is the base of this, whereas on the shirts it's the pearl is the base, so the colours have changed a little bit to make it stand out. I think this coat is absolutely stunning, and why they didn't do a dress to go underneath I will never know. Look at the shape on that. If you remember, you wouldn't remember Hazel, but Claire, back to Okie Kokie, Nanette Lepore. It is that sort of tailoring. It is absolutely exquisite. That would sit upstairs for a wedding if it had a little shift dress underneath. And I think they missed a trick there. I absolutely love it. This is a real standout piece that would go over all sorts of things. But we've kept the little polo under there, and I've kept the four-don trouser and the sage. I've just highlighted the coat. It's almost a 3/4 sleeve, big deep pockets, double-breasted with the silvery glitzy buttons. And I think in the darker print, the darker colourway on this, but the fabric really sets it off, and that is stunning. That is £629 worth, every penny. That is dry clean only. Okay, so Sophie is wearing the shorter version of this. Sophie, let me catch up with you. So this is £449 for the jacket, obviously the same fabric, dry clean only. It hasn't got the pleat at the back, but it's got double stitching, so essentially the same. But equally dressy, and therefore you can see it with the four-don trouser, it works really well. I've just slipped, there's a little t-shirt under that, you just slip your jacket off. Just a classic little tee with the little silk insert here and the sleeve length to the elbow, so a little bit dressy. They can be clingy on the tummy, so I would recommend when you show customers, if they're conscious of the tummy, go up a size at least, just so it's not too clingy. And then, if necessary, just do sort of gentle soft pleating over the tummy, just to ease it rather than pulling it down straight. So that's just a classic little piece that will sit under any of the jumpers, the cardi, any of the jackets. And again, the four-don trousers. So you can see they're quite tight here.
Yes.
That is the shape of them. That is the cut. There will be some ladies who will struggle and you'll have to go up a size like me because the weight is there. So as long as you know that, then you work accordingly. T-shirt is £109. Jacket, I think I told you, £449. Trousers as before. And finally, Helen is in the four-don trouser, and this shirt actually is not from this collection. I thought I'd slip this in quickly. This is from the first collection, and this is just a little, it looks quite stylish to me. It's just a little layered white cotton shirt, which belongs to Theme A, artist sold but late delivery, so I just wanted to whip it in very quickly. So it's just a little white cotton shirt in layers, £189. It is quite short, so just be aware of that. If people are conscious of their tummy, make sure that they have something with a deep rise underneath, or even a skirt that's up into the waist, and then they can get away with it. But lovely deep cuff, again with the little enamel buttons. They can turn the cuff back if they like. So that's it for today, girls. Thanks for joining us at home. Don't forget to tune in again soon. There's plenty more to see.
Thank you.
Okay, so welcome back again. We're still talking about Marc Cain collection Noble Neutrals, which is a huge collection in depth. So I want to go through every single piece that you know what we're talking about, because there's so many different configurations. I've only touched the surface with this. If you get a customer in, you will enjoy thoroughly playing with her and mixing and matching different pieces. But as long as you know what each individual piece is about, then you'll have the product knowledge to do that. So Sophie is in the little jacket, the little
Sleeves are lovely.
denim jacket with the bead trim. We've had a similar jacket, because I have one like this myself from last year in a sort of apricot colour. I don't know if you remember.
I do.
Slightly warm tone. So it's essentially the same shape in the pearl. And if you just turn around, Sophie, it's all trimmed. Can you see all the beadwork? So it's again, as you study it and look at how that is made and all studded here and 3/4 sleeve, little frayed cuff there. It is beautifully shaped. And again, you've got your little enamel buttons. It's not just any denim jacket. It's beautifully, very feminine looking. That all softens it and makes it that little bit special. That is 279. It's a cotton, it's an elasto multi-ester, which has got that nice stretch in it, and elastic. So there's plenty of movement. So you don't need to go too big in that because it's essentially a little biker jacket. You want them quite neat and you'll get the movement with all that stretch. And that is 279, fully washable. All I would say to you is with washing, just to preserve the beads a little bit, probably turn it inside out, just to protect it a little bit when you put it through the washing machine. So underneath that we have got this lovely cable sweater. I sold one of these. It's got a real rich coffee colour to it, I think. And again, you've got nothing underneath. But obviously if you want to wear one of the little cotton vests or a cami for warmth, but actually you can't see anything through that. So it's beautifully made. It's almost like a ribbon knit. It's a lovely fabric, and I think the richness of the colour comes through in the cables. That is 279. It's a viscose and polyamide mix, and it is fully washable. And again, quite
more
short.
relaxed, isn't it? Although it's short,
It's more relaxed. If you turn around at the back, Sophie, then you can see the way it's sort of almost, I mean, Sophie's got broad shoulders, it's sort of hanging off her shoulders and blues on out like that. And if somebody wants it a bit smaller and a bit neater, then go down a size. But I say always get the guide from how it should look by their size initially and then work up or down accordingly. So I've just kept the four-on trouser of that, but obviously she could do the pearl trouser, she could just put a winter white jean with that, or even just a blue denim jean for that matter, throughout the season, mix and match. I've kept it quite elegant and sophisticated with their footwear. I did ask the girls to do that just to show it off at its height, but obviously as you go through the spring and the summer season and wear item pieces taken out more casually, then you adjust your footwear accordingly.
The one thing I would say about this, it felt very heavy on the hanger.
It does.
But when it's on, it's not.
Yes.
It doesn't feel as heavy.
No.
So yeah, don't be put off.
No, don't be put off by that. And obviously quite long in the sleeve, but you know.
They turn back.
They turn back. I mean, Sophie doesn't mind wearing it like that, but a lot of our ladies would say, "Oh, that's too long for me." And you can't shorten a jumper sleeves. Just cut it. Just turn it back. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And nice to have the cabling. Sometimes with collections you get the detail on the front and nothing on the back, but of course Marc Cain do everything. So final piece from Helen, and by no means least piece. This is the most beautiful MAC, and not just any MAC. Look at all the ruching detail on that sleeve. It is beautifully tailored, beautifully made. It's got a stand-up collar, and hidden away in here there's a poppers, and there is a hood in there. So just turn around, look at all the gathering. It's almost smocked on the back. I think you're in the 8, aren't you?
Yeah.
So it's well sized. And it's like a glazed cotton. It has a lovely silky feel to it, and the most beautiful, beautiful shape. Little pockets on here. You can put it over the suiting, you can put it over jeans, you can wear it just as an item.
Length, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Yeah. And light,
Really,
it's as light as a feather.
Yeah, really light.
I think you could put that over anything. 100% polyester, fully washable, £419. So there's, as I say, there's two pieces outstanding. I think there's a cream pearl jean, and then there's a little top in the print, which is a bit more oversized, full on, but it's got like a polo shirt with a over the shoulder sort of short sleeve there, and that is it. But as I say to people at home, please, don't forget me. Well, I've repeated this all before. You've seen all these pieces before. I am in the 4-dom trouser. As I say, I've gone up to the 12 because I need it here, but there's plenty of room in those. I do think a tailored trouser is better, a little bit on the loose side than too tight, although there is plenty of stretch in them. I've got the shirt, the polyester silky shirt that Helen had on in the pearl in the sage, and I've got the little cardigan that Sophie had on just on its own with the pearl satin trouser. So right up my street. I mean, you know, I just walked in and my eye went straight to that back wall in Marc Cain because I thought, oh, it just looks so elegant and so expensive. And actually, you know, it wouldn't break the bank. There's some really good pieces at some really competitive prices.
Yeah.
So, are you quite happy with that? Anything
Yep.
you don't know? But you know, they give all their information on the label. Make sure you do your homework and you read all the washing instructions and you know all the cleaning, so you can advise. But with sizing, as I would say, start with what they normally would be and then go up or down accordingly. So I hope you've got something out of that. I hope you've got something out of that at home, and all I would say to you is to really see it at its best. Come in and feel the product, look at the colours, try on the sizes. Thanks for joining us.